the past aside, looking towards the future, Vietnam and the United States of America, which sit on opposite sides of the world and have both shared dark days in the history of the relations, have been willing to put the past aside and to look forward to a peaceful and cooperative future. 12 years ago, the then President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton, officially announced a normalization of relations with Vietnam on July 11, 1995.
Today I am announcing the normalization of diplomatic relationships.
Hôm nay, tôi xin tuyên bố bình thường hóa quan hệ ngoại giao với Việt Nam.
In response, Vietnam's Prime Minister at the time, Vo Van Kiet, announced the establishment of diplomatic ties with the United States. Although Vietnam and the United States established official bilateral ties only a decade ago, they have worked together to make a large amount of progress, not only politically and diplomatically, but also in the areas of economics, trade, science technology, education, training and defense. The two sides continued to exchange visits by high-ranking delegations. In late 2001, United States President Bill Clinton visited Vietnam, marking the first visit by a US President to Vietnam. Alongside official talks, President Clinton made efforts to meet with the public and felt their hospitality, a reflection of the Vietnamese people's will to put the past aside and look towards the future. Prime Minister Phan Van Khai paid an official visit to the United States in June 2005, 30 years after the war between the two countries ended. The first visit to the United States by a Vietnamese government leader took place to mark the occasion of the 10th anniversary of diplomatic ties, demonstrating both sides' will to establish their peaceful relations and long-term cooperation. On the occasion of the 14th Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation (APEC) Economic Leaders Meeting, which took place in Hanoi last November, the United States President George W. Bush visited Vietnam. The US President should have felt friendly sentiments towards him and his wife from the Vietnamese leaders and people. The United States has now become Vietnam's leading export market, with two-way trade reaching nearly $10 billion, 20 times that of 1995, when the two countries first set up diplomatic ties. Various economic groups from the United States have decided to invest in Vietnam, such as Intel, Boeing and Ford. The US now ranks 9th among countries and territories investing in Vietnam, with its direct investment recorded at $2 billion. However, US's investment into Vietnam, pumped through a third country, would double this figure. A series of economic forums and seminars between the governments and businesses of the two countries took place in Washington, D.C., New York, Boston and Seattle, aimed at providing businesses of both sides the opportunities to exchange information and seek investment and cooperation opportunities. A recent forum entitled Vietnam, A Bright Future for US Businesses was a major part of these events. In conjunction with economic and trade cooperation, progress has also been made in education and training, science and technology and culture. Various US universities have received students from Vietnam. Projects to clear bombs and mines and support war victims have been maintained and carried out efficiently, and artists from the two countries have organized performances to help better understand each other. Bilateral cooperation in healthcare, humanitarian activities, the fight against terrorism and transnational crimes, and in resolving global issues have also become more practical and efficient. The number of US visitors to Vietnam has also increased rapidly, reaching nearly 400,000 in 2006. The two governments have carried out important cooperation programs on economy and tourism, including a project to develop central Vietnam into a tourism haven, which is based on the initiative to promote tours along the Central Heritage Road, including the ancient city of Hue, Da Nang, Hoi An, and Nha Trang and Phan Thiep. The project is expected to turn Vietnam into one of the world's leading tourism centers, which will help boost the country's transportation, trade, information technology, and food processing industries. With determination from the two governments and peoples, Vietnam and the US surely will put the past aside to look forward to the future, which will be based on mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation for peace, stability, and cooperation. President Ho Chi Minh quoted the United States Declaration of Independence while announcing the establishment of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam 62 years ago. It says, "All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Sincere and friendly cooperation is one of the measures the Vietnamese and US public are taking to realize basic rights, so as to live, enjoy freedom, and pursue happiness.